Hello everyone, welcome to Bhadra Academy. So let us continue our quiz discussion. Today we are going to take the 19th episode and we will be dealing with questions 181 to 190. So the first question is about the fiscal deficit of central government. Okay, it is related to the budget. So which of the following measures can directly reduce the fiscal deficit of central government? That is the question. So we have four options here: increase in direct tax collections, reduction in capital expenditure, disinvestment in public sector enterprises, increase in borrowing from the Reserve Bank of India. Now which of these can directly reduce fiscal deficit? That is the key word, directly reduce fiscal deficit. So now if you look at it, we have options A 1 and 2, B 1, 2, 3, C 2 and 4 and D 1, 3 and 4. So what will be the right answer? So the correct answer for this question will be option B 1, 2 and 3. They are the correct which can directly reduce. Now what about statement number 4? Why it is wrong? So if you see here, it says increase in borrowing from Reserve Bank of India. Now when you borrow money from the Reserve Bank of India, it does not reduce your deficit. It only gives you the money to cover the deficit, right? So it does not reduce your deficit. So it has nothing to do with reducing fiscal deficit. Whereas other options like increase in direct tax collection gives you more revenue, so your deficit can be less. You reduce your expenditure, your deficit can be less. Now disinvestment means what? Again, you are receiving some money by selling your government company. Definitely there is an inflow of cash. It will reduce your deficit. Therefore, statement 1, 2, 3 are correct. Statement number 4 is wrong. Question 182. Consider the following statements regarding inflation in India. Right? Now, big talk in the country is about the inflation. So, this kind of questions are very common for exams. Now, we have two types of inflation measurement. One is called headline inflation. Other one is called core inflation. So, I put the question in that connection. So, let us look at the question options. Headline inflation includes food and fuel prices. Core inflation excludes food and fuel prices. Option 3. The RBI targets wholesale price index basically for the monetary policy and inflation target. Right? Now, these kind of questions even appeared at the UPSC level, regarding the RBI targeting wholesale price or not. So, the options are like we have 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, all 1, 2 and 3. So, what is the correct answer for this? The correct answer is A. Statement 1 is correct and statement 2 correct. Because what is the difference between headline and core inflation? In headline, we consider all the items, that means it includes food, fuel, everything. In core inflation, हम लोग क्या करते हैं? We exclude the fluctuating items. मतलब जिसका price हमेशा change होते रहता है, उसका price हमको exclude करते हैं. That means food and fuel energy. Okay. So therefore, statement 1 is also correct. 2 also correct, but statement 3 is wrong. RBI does not follow the WPI. Actually, RBI follows the CPI combined, for the monetary policy and inflation targeting. Question 183. This is regarding the BOP as well as the current account and capital account, etc. Now look at the statements. Which of the transactions are recorded under current account of BOP? Export of services, foreign direct investment into India, remittance received by Indians from foreign countries, and import of crude oil. Now, which of these four are included in current account of our BOP? Now, that is the basic question. So, if you look at the question, it is not that difficult, neither that very easy also. It is simply having a familiarity with the components of BOP. Like for example, export of services, it is current account. Why? Because goods and services export import is current account. Foreign direct investment is capital account transaction, remittance is current account, import of crude oil is also current account. So definitely the answer, right answer option will be B, 1, 3 and 4, because statement number 2, FDI, either received or sent, it will be part of the capital account transaction. Therefore, in India, we have a restriction on the capital account transaction under the Foreign Exchange Management Act, FEMA. So, the correct answer for question 183 is B. Question number 184. The GDP at market price differs, the whole thing is differs from GVA at basic price because of what? In simple fundamental concept, what is the difference between GDP at market price and GVA at basic price? So normally when you talk about GVA at basic price, it is the production value. But then when you go to GDP at market price, normally what we do? We add the production taxes to the GVA and we minus the product subsidies. So adding the taxes, minusing the subsidy, that gives you GDP at market price. So in our economics class also I explained to you many times that when you add the net taxes on products, the net indirect taxes on products, it becomes GDP at market price. So which is the correct answer then? So the correct answer is only statement number 4 is correct, because the difference between GVA and GDP is the net indirect taxes on products. So answer B, that is the fourth statement, is the correct statement. Is this clear now? Whereas statement 1 and 2, these are not very relevant to the difference between GDP and GVA. Clear? Okay. Question number 185. This is about the recent issue about the Ebola virus, which the World Health Organization declared it as an international issue, right? So now, little bit from the science and tech perspective. Now, Ebola virus is primarily transmitted through direct contact with blood या bodily fluids of an infected person या animal. That is the first option. Fruit bats, they are considered to be the natural reservoir of Ebola virus. Third option, Ebola virus is primarily transmitted through mosquitoes, like malaria type. An effective World Health Organization recommended vaccine is available for the Zaire species of Ebola virus. So what do you think? Which statements are correct? Okay. So if you look at here, the statement number, 1 is correct because it transmitted through the bodily fluids also from animal, even infected person. And fruit bats, that statement is also correct. Why? Because they are the natural reservoir preserving the Ebola virus. But the statement number 3 is wrong, because Ebola virus is not transmitted through mosquito bites. Mosquitoes, right? And the fourth option is also correct, right? Because there is a vaccine available, okay, for the Zaire species of Ebola virus, because it was almost like a pandemic issue in some of the African nations. So the World Health Organization recommended this vaccine. Clear now? So the correct answer, that is statement number 3, is not correct. Okay, so the answer is B. Statement 1, statement 2 and statement 4 are correct. So the correct option is answer B. Okay, see, you need to be familiar with some of these terms about the science and tech also for very many exam preparation for any competitive type of exams. Okay, question number 186. Consider the statements regarding the peninsular plateau of India. Okay. Now, it is composed of predominantly what we can say the Precambrian crystalline rocks, otherwise what we can call igneous metamorphic rocks. Okay. So, is this correct? Second option, the Western Ghats they form the watershed between rivers that is flowing eastward and westward. If you can see the diagram here, rivers flowing eastward and westward. So they are in a way kindly separated by Western Ghats. The Deccan Trap is primarily formed by sedimentary rock deposits. And the fourth option, the peninsular plateau is tectonically more stable, than the Himalayan region. So which of these statements are correct? So the correct answer is A, that is 1, 2 and 4 only. Why? Because the Deccan Trap consists of igneous rocks, they are not formed by sedimentary rock deposits. Okay. So this is like a very basic information that you need to be familiar when you are preparing for various higher level competitive exam. This kind of a statement based question you can expect. Okay. Question number 187. Consider the following statements regarding Indian monsoon. So the first option, I put it in the imaginary form. It will be easy for you to visualize and see it. So the Tibetan plateau acts as an elevated heat source during summer, strengthening southwest monsoon. So the heating creates a low pressure, stronger monsoon flow. Is it correct? Second statement, the withdrawal of southwest monsoon begins from northwestern India, say for example Rajasthan and neighboring region. El Nino, which was very much in news last 1 month, right? El Nino conditions generally strengthen the Indian monsoon. If you have been following the news, you should know this is wrong, because normally El Nino weakens the monsoon. The northeast monsoon provides the major share of annual rainfall of Tamil Nadu. So which of the statements are correct or not correct? So the correct answer is A. Statements 1, 2 and 4 are correct. Statement 3, as I told you, is not correct. Why? Because El Nino effect actually affects our monsoon. It reduces the monsoon, right? So this kind of what we can say, even current affair related news can be put into an exam form, conceptual form. Yeah, because these are static concept. What happens because of El Nino? This is a static concept, right? So you need to, when you are preparing for competitive exams, you need to prepare this kind of exams level. Even for SSC and all, this kind of a statement based questions can be expected. Clear? Okay. Question number 188. This is with reference to the river systems of India. Okay. So when you consider the river systems of India, let's look at that. The Brahmaputra enters through Arunachal Pradesh after flowing through Tibet. The Chambal river is a tributary of the Yamuna river. Okay. The Mahanadi originates in the Western Ghats. The Narmada river flows through a rift valley before draining into Arabian Sea. So which of the statements are correct? So the answer is A, 1, 2 and 4, because Mahanadi, it does not originate in the Western Ghats, it originates in Chhattisgarh, what we call that Sivava hills, Chhattisgarh. Okay. So the river related questions are very important in many exams. That means all state level competitive exam, UPSC exam, even SSC exams, these kind of questions you can expect in a very common type of questions. River system you have to study. Question number 189. With reference to the money bill in India, this is the polity related question. Consider the following statements. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha certifies whether a bill is a money bill. This question has been asked in UPSC, APPSC. I have seen this option many times. Who decides whether it's a money bill or finance bill? Option 2, the Rajya Sabha can reject a money bill by passing a resolution with simple majority. Option 3, if the Rajya Sabha does not return the money bill within 14 days, it is deemed to have been passed by both houses. So which of the statements are correct? So statement 1 and 3 are correct. Why? Because Rajya Sabha cannot actually, reject or make changes to money bill. It can only make some suggestions, but the Lok Sabha will have to accept or reject that part. So Rajya Sabha has got a limited power, when it comes to the money bill, etc. Clear now? So therefore, statement number 2 is incorrect. Question number 190, also related to polity subject. Consider the following statements regarding Constitution of India. The Supreme Court can strike down a constitutional amendment if it violates what we call the basic structure of Constitution. Right? What we call judicial review otherwise. The basic structure is explicitly given in the Constitution. What do you think? Option 3. Parliament can amend any provision of the Constitution under Article 368, subject to judicial review. So, which statements are correct? Here the answer is A. Only 1 and 3 are correct. Why? Because statement number 2 is not correct. Why? Because the doctrine of basic structure is not given in the Constitution. It is just a judicial innovation. How to, whether the Parliament is making any changes to the structure of our Constitution, but it is not given in the Constitution. Clear now? So the answer therefore will be A. Only 1 and 3 are correct. Statement number 2 is incorrect. Now, if you are preparing for any type of competitive exams, APPSC, UPSC, Arunachal, Nagaland, Manipur, right? Any exam, you are preparing for SSC, Banking, Railways, ADRE, or any other exam, you can contact Bhadra IAS Academy for any help or any coaching and training, right? You contact us at 8638391721. Thank you, and keep watching the quiz series. Plenty of questions are coming your way for various types of exam preparation. Thank you.